So good morning. This is Research 1. This is research writing. So today we will be discussing how to write a research proposal. So someone might ask, why all this fuss about a detailed proposal for my study before I even begin? Things are going to change once I get into the study. That's true, but changes are inevitable. But a little thought now will save you a lot of grief later on. So writing a research proposal is like building a house for an engineer. You have to have a blueprint in order for you to know where are you going. So there are a lot of changes that will occur later on, but at least you will have something to look back and check if what you are doing is still on track. So the study outline or proposal is a written instrument which spells out the basic components of the proposed research activities the student would like to conduct. That is according to Gregorio. It includes the rationale, the objectives, hypothesis of the study, as well as review of related literature and the methodologies required to a successful conduct of the study. So what is a research proposal? It is a written plan of a study. It spells out in detail what the researchers intends to do. It permits others to learn about the intended research and to offer suggestions for improving the study. It also helps the researcher clarify what needs to be done and to avoid unintentional problems. So for your research proposal, you have to start with an introduction. So sa introduction natin, we can see there. First is the background of the study. In other format of other schools, their format instead of background of the study is that rationale of the study. So this section presents the background concepts and realistic observation of the existence of the problem. In here, the researcher must be able to present the conditions and justifications why the research problem has to be investigated or studied. In order to do so, the researcher must make clear why this particular study is important to investigate. This will actually, when you have thesis presentation, in the background itself, you have to make a strong statement why your study is novel or what makes your study stand out from the rest or why there is a need for the study to be conducted. So you must present an argument for your study. A good justification should include any specific implications that follow if relationships are identified. And there could be an implication that current methods are not good enough. However, this should be made explicit. So in our background of the study, diri ta makita or diri gina-include ang literature gaps. So what has been already conducted in your study and what needs to be studied further in order to support or debunk the previous study on the specific topic you have chosen. Like for example, there will be a study of if there is a study for halimbawa for COVID-19 pandemic and the use of a face shield as a tool to as a tool to stop the spread of coronavirus. So ang proposition nyo Dabi is that use the face shield, and pwede na siya dayon hindi maka-practice sang social distancing of at least pila na gani subong 5 feet. No. So if you want to conduct a study on that, you have to check previous studies that says na social distancing is important. However, you wanted to conduct a study on sa if my face shield okay lang nga bisan hindi maka-social distancing. So, that is actually a very difficult topic to prove because nowadays, very limited ang aton nga mga researches about that. So, in writing research, we have developed this framework, not my framework. Actually, this is a research framework adapted mostly by people who are doing research, that we have a funnel approach to writing an introduction. So, a funnel introduction is a wide, general opening statement gradually becomes more narrow, just like a funnel. Ang aton nga mga imbudo bala. So, as you can see here in the picture, it will start with introduction to general information. And then in a way, the information is funneled to the thesis statement. So, what are the supporting statements, and then what is the thesis statement? The opening statement is general, when then supporting statements make less general points and lead to the specific topic that is stated in the thesis statement. It is important to note that the following example introduction is to paragraphs long, which is common in introduction where it is necessary to develop the setting. So actually, um, nowadays our introduction should only be one page because a lot of discussion will be included in your related literature. So you can start your introduction with a very wide topic. Like for example, I have one research done in Carles in earlier this year. Our research topic is implementation of closed season policy and challenges to fishery sector amidst COVID-19 pandemic. So that is our title. So our introduction goes like, the first paragraph of our introduction, we have presented what is the current worldwide situation of pandemic. So 2019, WHO declared 2019 as the start of COVID-19 as a pandemic. Then after that, our supporting statement should be, because our topic is about close season and challenges to fishing industry. Our supporting statements came from FAO, which states that there is a decrease of 20% in the total sales of fisher folks and in fishing industry in general. Hindi ko masyado sa ulo ang amon nga research. I cannot open it back. So those supporting statements you should support at least ano three or five statements that will support how that COVID-19 pandemic affected the fishing industry. The trend right now in research is that you find similar studies saying or saying the same thing of your supporting statements. Like for example, COVID-19 pandemic has greatly affected the fishing industry worldwide, especially in Philippines. If that same statement has been said by other authors, you cite all of them. So, hambal nila, ang nami ko nga introduction sa research is that you will cite at least 10 to 15 people. So, doing research actually is doing a lot of reading. So, you open your Google Scholar and check who else has said that the Philippines has been fishing industry has been greatly affected by COVID-19, and you cite all of them, their name and the year they have said that and all. Then our introduction should narrow down on your thesis statement. So your thesis statement is that what is your problem or what is the problem of your study. Ang balgani nila, if you don't, kung gaubra ka thesis and you don't have a problem, that's a big problem. Because your research paper will basically start up with a thesis statement or a research problem. So after you have stated your supporting statements, you narrow it down sa ano gusto mo mabalaan specifically in doing this study. So you have already supported that the pandemic has posed challenges to fishing industry. So therefore this study will be conducted to determine what are the challenges faced by fishing industry in the municipality of Carles. So again, our thesis statement should be specific. In doing research, our thesis statement or thesis problem should be specific. Kay mabudlay e measure ang hindi specific nga research problem.